wild, and wonderful West Virginia. In my experience, that description rings absolutely true. Today, we venture into Dolly Sods, located in the Monongahela National Forest. One of the very first YouTube backpacking videos I ever watched was from Syntax 77, right here in Dolly Sods. Needless to say, this place will always be special. Join us on the Bear Rocks and Lion's Head Loop. The first few miles of this loop, we're doing it, let me think, counterclockwise. We are on the Bear Rocks Trail. This is the famous Dobbin Grade Trail, famous for knee-deep mud, that is. And we may wind up on a small portion of this on the way back if we don't go a different direction. There's a couple different options to get out of here. At any rate, this sign appears to kind of look a little like an arrow, so we thought it meant Dobbin Grade is that direction, when indeed it is that direction. So if I remember that from first time I was here, you definitely got to watch your map at junctions. Off we go in what I hope is the right direction. What?
Have you seen a pussy willow?
You think it's the pussy willow's brother?
Yeah. It feels like it.
No use of you running or screaming and crying.
Farts and it smells bad.
'Cause you got a home, man. As long as I've got mine. No use of you running or screaming and crying.
This is a big anthill.
As long as I got mine.
First day with your new feet.
Yeah.
Just want to let you know that in the future I hope to be sponsored by none other than Werther's Originals. It's the official hard candy of older hikers. Werther's. Where there's a caramel in every bite.
Medium sized and black.
Not quite as hot as last weekend, but we're catching the occasional breeze up here. And I've tripped like 9 times today, so I should probably stop walking backwards while filming.
Aaron, you want to help?
That junction put us on the Raven Ridge Trail.
521.
Number 521. That's important to Tara. It's her birthday. Goal for today is to get in at least 4 miles. We got here at like 3:30, so it should be possible. We're actually on mile 3 right now, and it's about, I don't know, what time is it? 5:45. 5:45? So yeah, we're not exactly hiking 5 miles an hour, but we're making progress. I got plenty of daylight, so as long as we don't find an epic campsite, which, by the way, we're at mile 3, we've already passed 2 occupied ones, and they're pretty easy to spot on any app, including AllTrails, which usually sucks for campsites. So far it's been accurate.
Oh, I think I got a big scratch on my leg.
Yeah, developing one.
It hurt me.
When I die and they lay me to rest, gonna go to the place that's the best. When I lay me down to die, going up to the spirit in the sky.
Parking lot.
What did you step in?
The dog shit's everywhere around here.
Beautiful campsite here, but we need to get to water before we can consider camp. This sign is very helpful. It says worm. Has a picture of a worm on it. Smooth trails like this one are not the norm at Dolly Sods. The norm here is rocks, tight vegetation, and roots.
Prepare yourself, you know it's a must. Gotta have a friend in Jesus. So you know that when you die, he's gonna recommend you to the Spirit.
There are side trails everywhere, so we've had to stop to check the map several times in this first night hiking. We're approaching sunset, and I grossly miscalculated the distance to the water source that we're going to camp at. So instead of about a 4-mile afternoon, we're going to wind up at about 7, which is okay because tomorrow will be easier hiking. But since we're lollygaggers, we might be headlamp hiking at some point tonight. Blackbird Knob Trail. So at this junction, we leave the Blackbird Knob Trail and Big Stone Coal Trail, I guess. And we're close to where there's a campsite or two on the map, so we're hoping there's water there. Well, I'm 98% sure there's water there. We're tired. It's been a long day. So we are at camp, but it is like 9:30. We had a lot of rocky trails, and I forgot to pack Tara's headlamp, so we had to share one and use our phone. But weekends at Dolly Sods are crawling with people, so every campsite we stumbled across was occupied. At any rate, we found a place. We are about 8 miles in, so we're gonna make some late night supper and probably sleep in like we usually do tomorrow. We have neighbors who are probably quite annoyed by the flex tail pump and Tara's constant forgetfulness to not use her Pennsylvania voice.
I can't not use it. My Pennsylvania voice.
Bye, Felicia.
I just make pop. What? I'm jamming back here. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, we were this close to water the whole time.
Actually, I'm going to turn up just to tune you out.
This morning we're just going to continue down the trail. We can, since we did 8 miles yesterday, that means we have about 11 to go to the car. So probably be about another 8-mile day, maybe 9, depending on camp with all the people. If your mouth is dry in the morning, or you're just craving some of that caramel goodness, grab yourself a Werther's Original, where the taste is always bold. Werther's Originals. You're gonna love it if you don't choke to death on it.
Never been a sinner, I've never sinned. I got a friend in Jesus.
Werther's Originals, a way to pass the time. I was just sucking on mine for about 20 minutes.
We're at about mile 9.3, and from mile 9 to where we are right now is along the creek, and there are a lot of campsites on this stretch here. A couple occupied this morning, but here we are at another junction. We are continuing on the Big Stone Coal Trail. just about to mile 10, another junction where we leave the Big Stone Coal Trail and we hit the Rocky Point Trail, which is going to bring us around the base of Lion's Head, which is one of the highlights of this hike. The Lion's Head is our destination, and there is no marked trail. It's not bushwhacking, I don't think, because there's some campsites up here, but here is how we climb to start.
My brothers and my sisters stranded on this road, hot and dusty road, with a million feet of trawl.
The climb is straight up, but surprisingly short and sweet. Up top here is this beautiful, I don't know, maybe white pine grove. A lot of campsites along this area too, including this one. Another beautiful area up here, and AllTrails has been accurate on marking these campsites. They're not designated sites by any means, they're just built by humans, and as long as they stay easy on how many they build, it's probably better for the environment to have them. Leaving Lion's Head and heading down the opposite side of the mountain. I'll show you what I mean on the map. To cut some time off going back down where we came from and wrapping around. But there is no marked trail on AllTrails here. We have found what looks to be a trail heading the right direction, so we're going to follow it and try and work our way down the mountain. So we couldn't find a way down that we were comfortable with. A lot of cliffs on the flip side, so we're going down a marked trail, which I would definitely label more as a jungle bushwhack. But we're working our way down to the real trail soon. That made me nervous.
The trees kept trying to steal my hat.
Again, hard to navigate. Watch your map close. Bring extra battery banks. Jesus. We're now rounding the bend, heading back north at about a mile 11. And water's way down there, so hopefully we'll reconnect with that sooner than later. Stop for a break. It's warm and not a lot of breeze here again today. And the trail is slow moving. We're still on the Red Creek Trail, again heading north, and we might deviate from the plan. It's supposed to rain tonight, so we may take a different trail. It does not involve the Dobbin Trail, which is already muddy all the time. So we're going to follow Red Creek for about another mile, go by Blackbird Knob, and around that area is a side trail back to the road in which we parked. And then we'll road walk a little extra tomorrow morning. That's the plan anyway.
How's it looking, Captain Columbus?
And we are leaving the Red Creek Trail and hopping on the Blackbird Knob Trail, which is heading east. At this point in the hike, we are going as fast as we can while we can. We're finally on some pretty smooth trails. And the more important reason is we're doing that because we're trying to out-hike our competition, which we heard behind us, playing music. We don't want to compete or search for campsites all that night. We want to enjoy camp for a little while. So we're going as fast as we can now.
Here we have the boil bag, buddy.
I want to know what the dinner is.
Tim never gives me the essentials I need to do stuff and things. Loco Moco brunch skillet.
ground beef, eggs with sauteed mushrooms and onions, and a herb brown gravy with rice.
What do you score it?
Out of what?
5.
A 6.
That's impossible. Yeah, it is really good. It's like I used to have when I was a kid, just ground beef and rice, like casserole, but with eggs. One of my favorites of all time so far.
I've been working this just since the day that I was born. I worry all the time like I never did before. And I ain't got no home in this world anymore.
What is it? Good morning, we're hiking out. Rained all night last night, so got a lot of damp gear and things to dry out when we get home. Rather than finish the loop as it is mapped on AllTrails, we are taking the Blackbird Knob Trail. It's number 511 out this morning because the alternative, if we would have followed the AllTrails map, would have been Dobbin Grade, which after all that rain, I'm guessing would be knee-deep mud.
As I look around, it's mighty plain to see. This world's such a great and funny place to be. Gambling man is rich and the working man is poor. And I ain't got no home in
Signs of
this world
civilization.
anymore.
So we are nearly to the road in which we will walk back to our car. A couple of miles, I think. Unless we hitchhike.
No, I'm not gonna hitchhike.
Dolly Sods doesn't have frequent panoramic views, snow-capped mountains, or endless horizons. But once you take a few steps into this wilderness, you'll understand why it doesn't need to. We'll see you real soon.